Hello everyone and welcome again to another English with Joseph. Well, today I want to talk to you about the quickest and easiest way to learn English. This is a question that I'm asked a lot. How can I get to the next level of my English? How can I improve? Or even by beginners, how can I really get into the language? And that's what I want to talk to you about today. Basically, when we are adults, learning seems so much more difficult, and it doesn't have to be. It's just because of the way that we learn. As adults, we think we can learn everything from books and we can cram information from the book into our brain. Now, that view is a widely held view within all cultures and around the world. But the truth is, that's not how we learn as children. Children can't read or write. So how are they able to speak a language fluently? That's a question which doesn't have any easy answer, or does it? The natural way to learn to speak a language is to listen and to repeat, and it's no more difficult than that. If you want to learn all the grammar rules, of course you can, and you can spend your life reading grammar books, but I can assure you that within a very short space of time, you're going to be very, very bored. The grammar books are important, but you cannot expect a grammar book in a CD to teach you how to speak. Not only is that impossible, but that's just stupid. A book is a wonderful reference, and indeed I have 101 English grammar books and Spanish grammar books because I love grammar, but then I'm a teacher. I'm supposed to have them. If you really want to learn how to speak, then you have to cross that barrier into the unknown, and that barrier is building up relationships with people, number one. Finding someone to practice with, number two. And if you really don't want to do that, you can simply choose a radio broadcast or something else, which is audio or visual. Listen to it and repeat it. Now, I know that sounds ridiculous. I know what you're saying. You're saying, how can listening and repeating help me? And besides, I've tried it and it doesn't work. Well, I want to tell you something. I've used this method to learn languages, and it works. And this is how it works. It's called the shadow method, and it works by you listening and repeating. But I say repeating, I don't mean just to listen and to listen to someone's voice and repeat it. What I mean is listen and imitate. Pretend you are that person. Even though there's thousands of words in English, there's only a few sounds. Actually, I think there's around 70 or 80 sounds in English, and there are literally millions of words. So each time you learn a word, you don't really learn the sound of that word, but by learning the sounds first, you're able to quickly identify and pronounce words correctly. Now, I know what you're saying. You're saying, okay, imagine that I listen to a radio broadcast and repeat it. How does that help me learn vocabulary? Well, the answer there, of course, is it doesn't really. But what it does do is it helps you to understand the phonetics of the language. It helps you to understand the sounds of the language. And if you listen to it enough, I'm sure there'll be some words in there which you recognize from your own language, and slowly you'll get an idea of what's being spoken about. Of course, you need to use this along with some kind of vocabulary and grammar-based learning, but if you really want to learn to speak fast without any heavy accent, this is the way to do it. So, Imagine you're listening to a broadcast. The first thing you want to do is to choose your broadcast. What do you want to listen to? Or you can listen to me, and you can repeat my voice, repeat my mouth movements. I speak very slow. Not everyone does. Or you could listen to Luke's podcast. He has a very nice English podcast. His website is over at teacherluke.co.uk. And you simply do this. You listen to one of us speaking and you repeat it at the same pace that we speak. Now, the first few times you try this, you'll be thinking, what was that? What was that sound? I didn't get that. And it's normal because you're not used to doing this. But this is how children learn. This is the way children do it. They hear and they repeat, you know. There's a number of advantages to doing this. Number one, the biggest advantage is it gets you talking fast. Even if you don't have a clue what you're saying, it gets you talking, and it gets you talking with an accent. Be careful though, because what you choose to practice with will give you the accent of the person that's speaking. So if you want an American accent or a British accent, be careful what you choose. So the person is saying, for example, "Good evening, this is the news at 10. My name is Dan, and first the headlines." Repeat it, even if you don't understand. In fact, it's better if you don't understand, because if you understand, your mind will be saying, "Oh, that means this, that means this." But all you want to do is repeat the sounds. Forget about the words, forget about what they mean. You just want to repeat the sounds. Now, this whole thing is called the shadow method, and there's many different opinions and views about it. It was invented by a man. Well, I say invented, but actually listening and repeating is the most natural thing in the world, so I don't think he invented very much. But anyway, his advice is that you should stand up when you're doing it. You should speak out loud and use a transcript of what you're listening to. I don't agree. I think all you need to do is hear and repeat as a child does. Okay, so that's what I'm saying to you today. Use the shadow method, and you can look at your own research on this, or you can look at your own Google research or books. You'll find the shadow method is very well documented. Many people have written about it. And let's look at the advantages. It gets you talking, even though you don't know what you're saying. It covers linking and blending. There'll be no awkward gaps between words. You'll learn phonetics, how we pronounce words, and importantly, you'll know all of the English sounds. 20 minutes a day for 1 month, you'll be speaking fluently, I can guarantee it, if you follow my instructions exactly. Okay, so of course you need to use it along with some kind of vocabulary and grammar exercise. However, it'll be so much easier because you recognize the words as you read them, and you recognize the sounds. So if you're looking for some kind of thing to boost your English, you've got it. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.